Hello, HAPI Humanists. We are very happy today because this is our first podcast. Today we're gonna be interviewing two of the co-founders of HAPI Philippines because now it's a legal company in the Philippines. So the first of them will be Aljohn de Leon. Let's give him a warm and happy welcome. Hello, welcome to Aicha Tira Cafe and a happy night, day, or depends on when you're watching this. Okay, so Aljohn, you are the secretary.
I'm the secretary of HAPI Humanists Alliance Philippines International.
And you're also
Let's
the
not forget
webmaster.
INC, Incorporated.
Incorporated.
HAPI has just recently become a legally functioning organization. Well,
So we're legally happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really not anti-religion because, you know, I favor more the agency of human beings more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't have a God, but I have faith in humanity. I don't have a faith in God, but I have a faith in humanity.
Okay, so in this 1 year you've been in HAPI,
Yeah.
what have you done for the organization?
I've been writing so many articles to keep our website alive. So I've also been engaged in many events that HAPI has organized in the past few months.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm happy that HAPI is, developing a bit gradually in the Philippines.
And why do we need a group like HAPI in the Philippines?
Well, because in a country that's dominated by Catholic charlatans.
Okay, well you say that, you're the guest.
Yeah. We need someone who does not always rely on a God. We need someone who does not always listen to a God who, as we know it, is misogynistic, homophobic. Well, at least what the Bible says. Also, God who is, homophobic, misogynistic.
Yeah, I mean that's written, no? That's written in the Bible, right? Okay.
That's why
We need something like this.
like an organization that,
But HAPI accepts Catholics,
Yeah.
right?
We actually have an officer who's a Catholic. Her name is Jing Dalagan. She's currently the chief media officer. Yeah, she's a full-fledged Catholic. And we engage religious diversity because, we're not really anti-religion.
Mm-hmm.
We're pro-human. Yeah, pro-humanity.
So in HAPI you're accepting any religious
as
beliefs.
long as you value the goodness of humanity.
Okay. So, but it's a little controversial, no? What's being good and being bad?
Well, the polarity between good and bad is not based on the description of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like an ethics tool. But when you have religion, it's not that not all people who are religious are bad, and not all people who are irreligious are good.
Yeah.
In the same way that not all religious people are good, and not all religious people are bad or the devil.
So what's the main problem with the big Catholic Philippines?
The big problem with Catholic, there isn't, for example, the reproductive health rights. The Catholic public in the Philippines has always, been against the reproductive rights when, in fact, we need reproductive rights.
Like what?
We need reproductive rights because, the overpopulation is very troubling.
Mm-hmm.
Because, poverty is prevalent also in the Philippines.
Yeah, we're getting to 100 million Filipinos.
Yeah, 100 million Filipinos.
In this small island.
In the next few years, the number will be, double, triple. And then to the point we lack resources anymore. We don't have any resources available to respond to the needs of those people, 100 million plus people, and it's very alarming.
Okay, so what kind of
poor? We need to de-escalate the
number.
Yeah, the number of Filipinos.
By what? By giving out condoms?
Yeah. I think that's a very good tool to address overpopulation and poverty.
So HAPI would like the government to give out anti-conceptives and pills.
That's in our to-do list. Maybe not today, but in the coming months, in the coming years.
I guess also sexual education for teenagers and
of course.
All those. Huh? How about the other human rights advocacies? Because I know HAPI is also pretty much aligned with the gay cause, no? So, what's HAPI doing for the LGBT community?
In Baguio, we are very active in terms of LGBT causes. Okay, first, I'm gay myself.
Okay.
And I'm really elated to know that HAPI is also pushing for LGBT causes, because as we know it, the LGBT community in the Philippines is very marginalized. Not only in the Philippines, but all over the world. And by joining pride events, by joining pride marches all over the Philippines and all over the world as well, we're helping those who are abandoned by their family. We are helping those who are killed and murdered because of their sexual orientation. And I think that people, regardless of religion, gender, sexual orientation, race, and everything, regardless of, they should not be killed just because they are who they are.
Philippines, India, and Thailand has a big population of what I would call the third sex. No? So that's been here forever historically. And so where does this hate come from? No? And what can we do as HAPI to progress, to open minds, to make the government take some actions?
Well, merely HAPI joining pride events, I think that helps a lot to the cause of LGBT causes.
Visibility.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a pastor in Baguio who gives blessing to gay couples to marry.
To marry them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's happening in the Philippines. So that's
and we're planning to get him to pressure the government to.
Because even if he blesses you, you're not legally married, right?
Yeah. In terms of inheritance and everything that falls under.
So Philippine government, we're Filipinos. We're here and we're wanting just to have the same rights with any other heterosexual person. Because at the end of the day, why is it so important if we marry a man, a woman, or someone who's in the middle? And where's the barrier there? No? I know a lot of married men who are very conservative and everything, and then at night, they go to certain bars to look for boys. Hey, hello, I know a bunch of those.
Me too.
Yeah, so, and we know them, and what, is that better? Lying and having a false life, or being able to just be happy 100% of the time without hiding and doing anything, no? It's for our happiness, it's for the happiness of our brothers, friends, and equal rights. Wait. If I'm a man and I want to marry another man, I have less rights. What's this? What year are we in?
We're already in 2015 and sexual orientation is still an issue. I think we need to change something.
We have an intermission, but someone told me it's your birthday, is it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So, well, since you are the happy secretary and everything, we had no, it's a surprise. What? You want to see the surprise?
Yeah.
Follow me that way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday We have no candles to blow because many people get embarrassed with the age and things like that. But here are a lot of cupcakes from Beatriz. Beatriz.
Yes.
In Spanish, that's my style.
Yeah.
Beatriz. Wash, actually. She's a happy member and she cooked all these cupcakes of green tea. So, all right. Enjoy. I'm going back to the program. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. And we're back on the set. Now we have the HAPI Executive Director, Don Paez. Very happy afternoon, Don!
Hi, glad to meet you, Kuya. Thank you
Kamusta?
very much. I'm okay. Really happy tonight.
Alright, so Executive Director right now of HAPI since 1 month ago or something like
Well,
that?
actually, since this year, I took over as a replacement for Joey Cialcita, who is on a sabbatical. Actually, I'm an Assistant Executive Director, but right now I'm taking his place locally here in the Philippines. I'm also representing Mr. Alex Wisner, who is my counterpart abroad in the International Council. Hey, Alex.
Hi there. So, I'm very happy to be here having our first pilot, our
Likewise.
first HAPI show. We're very happy about that. And, well, you've been in other organizations, you're still in other organizations
Yes,
in the
yes, of
Philippines right
course.
now. Why do you join HAPI and what makes HAPI different?
Well, I joined primarily because of my friend, Joey, as a personal request. But I also find the advocacy of HAPI very, very appealing to what I do because I'm a teacher by vocation.
Okay.
I'm a finance professional by occupation. And HAPI as a humanist society embodies the highest ideal that I could think of, which is emphasizing, valuing, and prioritizing human concerns. So I think Aljohn mentioned earlier about religion, right?
Yeah.
But with or without religion, humanism is about emphasizing the human condition. Okay? With or without reference to anything supernatural or divine, which is why we're also okay with religious people joining us. As long as they can also embody the humanist ideals, value humanity over anything else. HAPI has just been officially registered in the Securities Exchange Commission this January. So if we're talking about activities, we only have a handful. However, we have done so many things last year. So, for example, we had several debates. We had a debate on morality. We had a debate on evolution. We also had different lectures about the environment, about astronomy. We also have officers for that who are in charge of education. We sponsored also several events like the Pride March. We also sponsored several debates. Okay? And also, we have feeding programs like what we had last January, the Happy New Year among the relays. It's a feeding program along the rail lines. Okay? As for this year, we also attend and support several events. Like, for instance, we had a contingent visit the United Interfaith Dialogue in Lyceum just last month. We also supported our PATAS, the Philippine Atheists and Agnostic Society, in their debate by attending in Bicol. We had a representative to debate there. And also, we send numerous people to the Pride March. So I think Aljohn mentioned it earlier. Those are some of the projects that we've already done, but we have a lot more in the pipeline, especially now that it's already SEC registered.
This group is a very new group, and even before being legal, it's been like a year online, something. And I observe it's a very fast growing group.
Well, I think that's a compliment. Thank you very much.
And I guess it's because the Philippines is in intellectual hunger and need for a group like this. Are there other humanist groups in the Philippines?
I would like to think so, that there are other humanist groups in the Philippines. As for what you said, they're hungry for something like this. I would agree because, humanism is all about empowerment.
Okay.
That you look at a human not as a frail entity, but rather as a person capable of developing, capable of coping, capable of reinventing himself to suit what's needed. So we in HAPI would like to use this empowerment principle. So that's why we do educational programs, that's why we do interfaith dialogues, that's why we do debates, feeding programs, but most of all, we would like to give the people themselves the idea that they can better themselves.
We live in a third world country. Most people are poor. Most people don't even think of these things, no? But they do need it to start thinking about these things in order to help themselves and get out of there somehow. So what would be, I don't know, maybe 3 main pointers that an average poor person that's begging there in Quiapo Church can do from the humanist point of view to change his life for the better?
Well, first of all, it's like this. Nobody's born poor. Nobody's born rich. People just born.
Okay.
You have poor parents, poor families, rich parents, rich families. You are born into that. But you are not that. That's why you are fully capable of doing what is necessary, like for example, studying hard, excelling, okay, working hard. So you have people that are born poor in poor families but turn out rich.
Yep.
You have people that are born in rich families that turn out poor. What's the difference? It doesn't really depend on the family, not the background, not the school, but it depends on the individual, which is why we focus on that.
So everyone has the capacity
Everyone
to
has
do
the
anything
capacity.
they want.
Yes.
So what could be the first step to jump from that quote-unquote poor mentality into a successful person? Because you're also you're a marketing expert, you're a salesman.
Yes, I'm a salesman.
So you really use all these techniques to be successful, no? So it's great to have you inside HAPI because that's one of the big things you could choose to teach. So what could be the first steps? So believe in yourself, believe you can do anything.
Yes.
No? What
Will realize that you are fully in control, and that at the same time, because you are fully in control, you are personally responsible for everything that happens to you. So that means
get the responsibility of what happens to you, no?
So you don't blame the society, you don't blame the government, you don't blame the destiny, you don't blame anything supernatural, because everything is basically a result of the actions, choices, the ideas that you have. So everything that happens to you is actually your responsibility. There are things that we can control, there are things that we cannot control. So for the things that we can control, what's the use worrying about them? Alright? For the things that you can control, however, then you're fully responsible. If you don't take action, then that's not the fault of anybody else but you. We're looking for people who want to make a difference, for people who want to make history, because we're starting a humanist movement here in the Philippines right now. Humanism, secularism, free thinking, empowerment, LGBT rights, anything that has to do with that. We're looking for people that can help us in espousing that cause and making the Philippines realize that, hey, even if we're a Catholic country, we can still be humanist. So some people might not want that, but who's to say that they can't exist right together?
And especially a lot of new people and young people I speak to, they really need a big change for this country.
Yes.
You know? It's like, hello, we're 2015 and the whole world is way ahead of us in terms of moral, and because at the end, since we just said that the progress is depending on each other. So if the individual humans get control of that, that's
then
the only
humanity
way
itself.
they can push forward. The whole country can push
you know
forward.
why? Because before we are Filipinos, before we are Catholics, Protestants, before we are rich, we are poor, we are all human. So that is why you value what is common in between everybody. You have some peace to hold on to unite with, and that is what? It's our humanity. So everybody starts out as a humanist before they become indoctrinated to whatever religion before they become a member of whatever race, before they become a member of whatever wealth class. So, and that's what we want people to realize.
All right. So, well, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
A pleasure to have you.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we're having an intermission number. We are lucky enough to have here Migs Mendoza from Join the Club.
The song is entitled Pinatay na Sistema from our second album. Hope you like it, guys. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo. Wala na bang halaga sa iwan lahat. Tinalikuran niya kung saan nagsimula. At nabulangan at naging kahaman sa bagong mundo. Isipin na wala. At bakit ba lahat na lamang ang binabaga? Respeto sa iyong kapwa ay sadya bang nawala? Bukas makalawa ay may pag-asa pa kaya sa taong tulad mo, sa taong tulad niya. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo. Hanggang saan, hanggang kailan ka ba madadala? Kamunduhan o yaman lang ba ang may mahalaga? Sa dalamhati nangangalang bawal na dasal na sobrang salapi. Huwag sanang masawi. Ano na ba ngayon ang tama at mali sa'yo? Lumago ba o lumiwanag ang hangarin mo? Kung nasaan humusay ba o lalong nabaon? Sayang ang panahon, kumilos na ngayon. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo. Pinatay na tayo ng sistema. Pinatay na tayo.
Thank you, Migs Mendoza. It's an honor to have such talented people here in HAPI. And now we have both. We have 1 and 2. We have Aljohn and Don Paez here in the hot seat to know more things about HAPI. Okay, so how were the cupcakes?
They were delicious.
Good. Beatrice Wash. Buy them from her. Before we forget, how do you become a member of HAPI if there's someone interested?
You just join our public forum portal on Facebook,
Which is?
which is HAPI Humanists Philippines International. Just key in on the search bar of Facebook, and then you can also
Humanist Alliance of the Philippines.
Humanist Alliance Philippines International.
Okay. And
Are you
that will
interested?
direct us to a page, a like page?
Yeah.
Okay.
A like page in the forum.
There's also a group.
Yeah.
No? Very active.
Yeah, very. Oh, and
You can-
Toby, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Toby.
Toby is the membership there.
Okay, so, I go, I like the page, and then I send a private message and I ask for Toby.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Then, do I have to pay something to be a member?
As of today, no, not yet. We aren't looking for membership fees yet. Although we're thinking of having that in the future when we can offer something that's worth paying for already. What we are effective at is conveying humanist ideals, humanist concepts. That's why we focus more on the empowerment aspects of our mission. For example, the debates, the lectures, the supporting different organizations when it comes to educational programs, and also for the LGBT.
Okay, so it was a pleasure to have you. It's we're running out of time already.
Oh, really?
So I think that was a very interesting talk.
Yeah,
So
the pleasure is ours.
the two head
Thank you.
honchos of HAPI here, Aljohn and Don Paez. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to have you in this first pilot podcast. Hope to see you in next podcast.